Hello, we're back. Let me tell you, what a day. So, I'm super glad to be sitting here and doing this. It has become a form of self care very quickly. Okay, so for this Tarot Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the Tarot Mucha, which I've had in my collection for a little while. At first glance, like based on the box art, I knew that I would really love the art. Um, And so I just wanted to kind of review this deck with you, explain why I have a few mixed feelings about this deck, at least when I first received it. We will, as usual, be comparing it to the standard Rider Waite, and here's just the regular poker size card for size reference. Now, it is oddly quiet in my bedroom tonight. There's no the My geckos ate all their crickets. I post on TikTok sometimes, and somebody mentioned that they could hear my crickets, and I realized you could probably hear them in my videos. I genuinely do not hear them anymore. So, okay, so this is my rider. I would like to talk about this deck sometime because I tried to um, modify it and it didn't go according to plan. Okay. So this is the Tarot Mucha. This is the box that it comes in. I love these type of boxes. Just, this would be easy to crochet and keep it all together. Okay, so let's move that box out of the way. Here are the backs of the cards. I am a sucker for a gorgeous back. This is the book. Look at the size. Now, it doesn't have any images, and some of the language is a little different. Like instead of a knight or a page, you'll notice that there's a knave instead. And what, here, we'll get to it. I won't get ahead of myself. So, lot taller, a little bit wider than a standard card. Yep, right size. This for me is the perfect size for tarot. I like the bigger cards. So it's thick. It's quite glossy, as you can see. Yeah, it's thicker than this. This feels more like cardstock. This is more papery. Yeah, these are kind of similar, so quite a bit thicker than this. So let's do this. Here. So what you'll notice, now the art is gorgeous. Most of the cards are very Rider Waite. We still see the Fool with the bag and the dog and on the edge of the cliff, not really paying attention. But you'll notice that there's no title like we would normally see. Magician. So if you are not familiar with certain cards, it's gonna be difficult. Look at the intricacy though of her. I'm gonna call it an alb. I'm not exactly sure. And then we still have, they always look like roses to me. Not exactly sure what flowers those are supposed to be. Here's our high priestess, if I remember right. Gorgeous. Here's number 3. Now see, I've already misremembered who was doing what. Look at her though. And she's got the usual love symbol. So even though she's escaping me right now, I do know who she is. This one's the Empress. I'm silly. Tarot number, sorry, I said tarot because I was looking at the T symbol. Number 2, I forget who that is. So this is part of the reason why I do not like decks that do not tell me who it is. Overall, I should know who these people are, but we're not gonna feel guilty for not knowing these all by heart. We don't have time for that. Here's the Emperor. He's got some very Catholic Christian type vibes with the, I don't know, he looks like he belongs in a church to me. Now, there we go. Here's a Pope. Now, this was said to me recently, and I haven't been able to forget about it, but this symbol right here, 2 aiming up, 2 aiming down, it's referencing, apparently, allegedly, as above, so below. And I love that. So we still have the keys. Usually they're under him, and here's 2 people coming to him. He kind of looks like he's above it all, though. Now, I believe these are the lovers, because we've got the Adam and Eve, we've got the snake, but this looks like judgment. This looks more negative than the lover's card tends to be. Especially where they're already enclosed, like they've already sinned at this point. The tree of knowledge is up in flames now, like the stuff has hit the fan. There we go. Here's the Chariot. So these cards, some of them I only know because I happen to know the other. Here's Strength. I just love the lion with the woman. Like, look at this. Aw. Now, I don't know. See, I'm tempted to say that this might be the Hermit. Here's number 10. Don't know who that is off the top of my head. But we've got a reference to time here and a circle. There's Justice, which I only know because of this. And the design is so intricate that this is easy to lose. Look at her. She looks like a very powerful princess. Hanged Man. I've seen some decks that have like a hanged one instead, and I really like that. Now, I believe this is, yeah, this is Death, I'm pretty sure. Look at that. Oh, look, I've never noticed that before. There's like a bishop or priest or somebody back there. And then he's just, look at him, he's just patiently waiting. I believe this is Temperance. She usually has wings. I love Temperance as an angel. Here's the Devil. Kind of got one person on each. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that YouTube has guidelines, and not everybody sees casual nudity in the same way that I do. Here's the Tower. Look, I even like the way they did the border. They included it in the artwork. Oh, look at that. So this must be the star. Gorgeous. Look at the lighting. It's actually reflecting on her face. Yep, the moon. And she looks like she's keeping a secret. Look at that. Now what's down here? Usually there's like a scorpion or something. I wonder if this has any symbolization. The amount of petals. There's the sun. Little boy on a horse with the sunflowers. Oh dear. This must be actual judgment. It looks pretty terrifying, but the angel looks just as scared, eh? The World. And then we have the heads. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we're in cups. Just gonna move this out. It's hard to choose exactly the right area. Wow. I love this card to look like you could be there, and that's exactly what it looks like. So, there's the number, and then you'll see the suit, and what you'll notice later, As we get there, I'll show you. Here's the 5. 5s are usually difficult cards, I find. Oh, neat. They're like sharing a secret over there. I'm looking at all the choices. I'm not sure what they chose for this hairdo. Oh, look, it's like a gremlin. That's gargoyle. That's the word I wanted. Okay, so we're at 8. Things are coming together for these lovely people. I do wish that it could be a little bit more inclusive. There, this looks good. Okay, so the suits. So this is the page. So we've got like a little knight helmet, and then the cup. And then this is the knight, and so that is symbolized by this horse. Look, just that would have taken forever. We've got the queen. So the kings and queens, the crowns are just a little different. Now, if you're not paying attention, does this not look like you could very easily confuse these two? I guess with the horse, maybe that's the hint. So I would not recommend this deck as a first deck. Wow, he looks cool. Most of it's really spot on though. So there's a little wand at the bottom. It kind of blends in though, but luckily there's more wands. Oh, she's looking at the planet. These are kind of adventuresome, aren't they? Another celebration. Fighting. This is another one that can look static, but it looks like we're here in a moment, doesn't it? Looks like they're coming in from a victory of some kind. Like these are all looking really triumphant, except for this one. I'm not exactly sure. She looks kind of concerned, surprised. There, becoming a bit more peaceful. So I've seen this card look very difficult, hard to work with. They look like they're struggling. This looks kind of peaceful, but it does look like maybe all these staves are difficult to handle. There he is. So I wonder, yep, so this knight has a horse too. We've got our queen. What is that? It's like a little lion statue. From afar, I thought she was like aiming a camera at us. I know that's a little silly. And then this king kind of looks like a priesty sort, doesn't he? Okay, Pentacles. Oh, look at that. There's a theme of balance here. I usually take 2s as balance, but like it feels like something actually might happen here. Here we go. They're working. Oh. Once again, the 5. Sharing. Like, I want to see this piece as, I always have a hard time with the 6 of Pentacles because I want to see it as like donation, giving freely, but it comes from this higher source, which isn't bad, but I don't know. I struggle with this because like they just look so needy, and this guy only has his riches from the backs, the work of these people, right? So they're hard at work again. Like you can feel the effort. Oh, look, you can see his spine. That's intense. There, it looks like they're beginning to relax. And then it's all come together. He can kind of enjoy his old age from all the work he's done. Okay, so the page. Now this page looks a little older, but thankfully the knight has a horse. There's the queen. This is giving me Mesopotamia vibes. Like I have this old children's Bible. I bought it because I had a copy like it as a child, and they're all wearing very similar costumes. Oh, that's haunting, eh? I love that. Look. Oh, she's crying. Strife. Now, I'm sure that this is supposed to be a peaceful card, but it never seems that way. Because, like, these swords are aiming at him. But they're also not as solid as this sword. Here, trying to gather up all the... They look like they just lost. Or maybe they won and they just lost so many people that it's still not a happy occasion. There we go. That's a little blurry, I apologize. She's good. Oh, is there like a... Oh, I thought there was an image. It's just the outline of her eyes. There we go. So, swords are air, which is about thoughts, communication. Like, she's under duress. Lots of stuff is going on. Oof. Usually there's not like a guy. Oh, he looks a little green. Jeez, I wonder what's happening there. That doesn't look good. Oh, look. I love to see lady pages every so often. She's glamorous. Ooh. I like the placement of those wings. Wow. Very pretty. Okay, let's try a shuffle. You know, it's funny, I never noticed the sound of my crickets. I'm noticing it now because they're not, like, my room is just so quiet, it's weird. You guys will have to let me know if it's easier to concentrate with or without crickets. Yeah, this shuffles nicely. It's nice to have a little bit of slip on a card, depending on how you read. I read best if cards are popping out. Okay, as per usual, we're going to try the ruffle shuffle because I know some people really like that. Okay. Yeah, these will be difficult. But I like my cards to have, like, I like this. I know some people don't like them too cardy. I don't know. That's not a word, but that's exactly how I like them. Now, if I was to modify this deck, which I'm not sure I will, I would go with like a beigey yellow. Yeah, I think that would, like, the reason we modify is to, so that way this white kind of blends in with the rest of the deck. It kind of makes it look sharper. And I'll talk about modifying one of these days. I use a video from Boho Tarot, and she has a great video about how to modify a deck, what tools to use, how to go about it. And I'll admit that I was in too much of a rush to get the proper Sharpie for it. So make sure you listen better than I did. Because you'll have multiple issues. Like, all of my cards look like this. Now, granted, I'm okay with that. For this particular deck, this is just a study practice deck. All right, so Tarot Mucha. And this is by Lo Scarabeo. I have found that I just naturally gravitate to everything that they produce. When I first got into them, because I didn't know anything about publishers or anything like that, I would just go for whatever deck kind of sang to me, which I recommend. But I thought Lo Scarabeo was a person that made decks, not necessarily a company. So I highly recommend. I have so many of their decks, and I'll have to show them to you sometime. Okay, so that was the Tarot Mucha. I wouldn't say it would be a highly recommend. It would be more for more advanced. Like, I wouldn't be able to read with this deck. It's just kind of in my collection until I can get to that moment. It's not a very diverse deck. As you can see, they're all white. They're all kind of middle classy, thin. So in that way, it's not my favorite. But the art itself, if you can get beyond those, is just gorgeous. I would love to draw like this if I wasn't like so lazy. This is so much like these. Oh, gorgeous. Anyway, okay. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. This has been your local art witch, and I hope you come back again soon. Thanks. Bye bye.